Hello everyone, it's Caribbean E. Welcome to the channel.
And Tina, hi.
And Tina, got the swag going on.
Yeah, he does.
See the t-shirts?
Well, we're officially 1 year old this week, so we're celebrating. We're bringing you videos that they asked for.
That you asked for, information that you guys want. You ask, we will deliver.
Yes, and this is goes out to our subscriber Carmen. Thank you so much for the suggestion. So we're gonna cover what you wanted, and what was that?
Immigration overstay fees.
And he's reading notes just so you guys don't think he's going crazy like this. It's a lot, and we want to be specific. At the end of the video, there will be a chart that's straight from the immigration website here in the Dominican Republic, so you can see the fees for yourself. Remember, they're in pesos. Remember that, because you're going to look and say $2,500. That's $2,500. No, that is in pesos. You divide that by 53 because right now, currently, I mean, it might be different when you leave,
right,
but always check the rate. Mm-hmm. But right now, it's
53
to $1 American dollar.
To $1 American dollar.
So you would have to divide the amount by 53 to get the U.S. dollar, so you realize how much you're paying. So with that,
number one
all right. So we travel around probably 2 to 4 times a year, and we try to kind of time our trips. So sometimes we have to pay overstay fees, and then other times we didn't have to.
We didn't have to.
Because we did it within, 30 days?
Within 30 days.
Right. So it's still, honestly, for us, cheaper than citizenship. So at this point in time, we just go and we do that. I know that the U.S., you talk a lot about, like the U.S. and the things that they do. I think they put fear. They instill fear.
Right. And I covered it on some of my videos of the past. They put fear in you about moving, about getting around, going to other places, going to other countries, and keep you from living your best life.
And it's really the fear of immigration, and it's the way the U.S. treats immigrants, and we get scared that we, as an immigrant in another country, are going to be treated like that, and that is the biggest falsehood you could ever believe. Because the DR and Spain and places like that, they don't, they don't see it like that. You come, you pay whatever the overage is to stay in their country, and they call it a day. You can come and go as much and as often as you want. You can stay as long as you want. Just know that if you don't pay the overage fee, you're not going to be able to enter the plane or boat or whatever mode of transportation you're taking to leave the Dominican Republic. When you're ready to leave, you got to pay that.
Right.
But I mean, it's seriously, think about how the U.S. treats illegal people. Like you can't get a job, you can't do this, you can't do that. We're going to grab you. ICE is going to come knocking your door down. It's not like that here.
Can't get a driver's license, can't get an ID.
Yeah, you can't, no. And
number 2.
So the chart is, again, like I said, on the migracion.gov.do, and I will show it, and I will show the website at the end so that you guys can go straight to that. In the upper right-hand corner, you can hit English. It's going to do some of it in English, but the majority, honestly, is in Spanish. My advice would be what you do with the Google Translate.
Right. Google Translate.
And use the camera.
Use the camera.
You hold it over, and then it'll translate everything from Spanish to English so that you can just read it on whatever device you have the Google Translate on.
Right.
Yeah. And then just, where can they pay it? Tell them.
You can pay it when you get ready to leave the country. Okay. You can pay at the airport.
24 hours.
24 hours.
Doesn't matter when your flight is.
And I believe you can pay with a credit card or whatever.
Or debit.
But at the end of the day, it's going to be the peso. That's what you're paying. The peso amount, not the American dollar amount.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's always something to remember. Okay?
So with that in mind, we took 2 trips. So we're going to use us, for example.
Right.
We took 2 trips a year, and we stayed for 5 months.
Right.
So the way the chart's set up, from 3 to 9 months is the same exact amount. So it doesn't matter if you stay 3 months over or you stay as long as it's less than 9. So 8 and some change. You would pay the same amount, which is 4,000 pesos. that means it's $76 per person.
Right.
At this current rate.
At this current rate.
Right. So our 2 trips per year, let's say the peso didn't change at all, it stayed 53 the entire year, which I doubt, because you said it's already going up a little bit.
It's already going up a little bit. We'll be at 54 before you know it.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Yeah, he watches.
He
watches the exchange rate like
on
crazy,
it.
and I believe it is. But if it does, then our 2 trips are going to cost us $152 total. So let's say, playing math, we wanted to stay here 10 years to get citizenship that way, because
Right.
in 10 years, don't you get?
You're automatically considered a citizen.
And then you apply.
And then you apply.
Without all the hassle.
Without all the hassles with the green tape, and before you know it, bang, you're a citizen, you're part of the landscape here.
Right. And then if you did that and you stayed 10 years, and so I did the math, I was like, if we take 2 trips a year, and in those 2 trips we stayed between that 3 to 9 months before the trip, I said we would pay a total of $1,520.
Right.
And I was like, that's way cheaper than doing residency.
Right.
Because $1,520 in the long run of 10 years is honestly a drop in the bucket.
Drop in the bucket.
Compared to paying for residency. Because what was the lawyer trying to charge us?
Well,
for,
it's
like,
6,000.
Well, I know it was like 3,000 or 4,000 a piece.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that would have been six to
6,000.
to 8,000. Yeah.
6,000 to 8,000, and then we got
Yeah,
another
you're
lady
right.
that charges even more money than that.
Yeah, she was
wanted
ridiculous.
10,000.
Yeah, that was insane.
Yeah,
Like,
insane.
crazy. She has a
Insane.
huge website. She gets a lot of people, and I know there's some expats that do it too. But trust me, shop around, do your due diligence. If that's the road you choose to do, and you don't do like us, and you just pay the overstay fee, shop around and make sure they're credible, and watch out how much money you're getting, because you're giving away, because half of that is going in the pocket of the person that's hooking you up.
Right.
That ain't what it really
And
costs.
while they're hooking you up, Tina, you still got to have everything apostle.
Yes.
Whether it's your marriage certificate,
Yeah, US
whatever
paperwork.
it is, your ID or whatever, everything's got to be apostle. And they can't do that part for you. You got to do that yourself.
Yeah.
But they're still taking your thousands.
Yeah, and you're bringing them the paperwork. Yeah, so that's why I
Right.
said it's worth just paying the overstay fees. I don't want the headaches. I don't want the lawyer fees. I can handle or get someone for like literally next to nothing to do the paperwork if, God willing, we're still alive and kicking and
Right.
here in 10 years.
Right.
So that's number 2.
Number 3 is
Yeah, don't believe that you have to have citizenship. This goes right back to that fear that we have as, I'm just speaking as a U.S. citizen. I don't know about other countries, but the fear that U.S. citizens are like, yo, no, you can't be an illegal. That's an illegal. You can't be an illegal. You can be here. Use your passport
right.
as ID
As
for
ID.
what? What did you use it for?
I use it for them impact. I use it to pay my bills. I use it at the bank.
Yep.
That's my ID card, my passport.
Yep.
And you know what? I don't mind using it because it saved me money in the process.
Yeah.
Saved me big time money. So I take it with me wherever I go.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, and we've been out shopping.
Been out
And
shopping?
they've asked me for my cedula, which that's the ID out here, and I've just pulled out my American license because it still hasn't expired.
Right.
And because all they're doing is verifying that the credit card you're using is you. So I've pulled out. Yeah, I just did it the other day.
Yep,
We
sure
were at the
did.
store, and
It's
the
at the
lady asked
store.
me, and I pulled out my ID because I don't carry my passport. You only carry it when you're running errands. You don't
Right.
carry it all the time, but yeah, as long as you have some form of ID on you, you're good.
Yep, absolutely.
So don't believe the hype.
Don't
You don't
believe the hype.
You don't have to be a citizen
Right.
to do things to enjoy life here.
Live your best life. Go in and out, pay them little fees, and you'll come out shining like a shining star. Number 4.
Shiny star, I like that. If you're traveling by ship, because we have done the ferries de Caribe,
Right.
then you have to pay your overstay fee in what?
And pesos.
Cash. In efectivo.
Cash.
In the pesos.
Pesos.
They will not take a card. So I am assuming that it's the same when you take like a cruise ship.
Right.
if you're taking like a cruise to go somewhere and then you're gonna go home, I would assume it's the same because they're just not set up for it. They don't have, their office was totally different.
Right, totally different. Even when they pulled us in the office and asked us those questions.
Yeah, so that's a good point. Don't freak out because we were 5 months, right? Almost 6?
Almost 6.
So they asked us to step into the manager's office. And you were like, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. I mean, we didn't do nothing, please. So they looked at the passport at the most recent stamp, and all the lady said to you was, "So why'd you stay so long?"
Why'd you stay so long at the immigration office? This is the immigration.
She's like, "Where did you come from?" Is what she said first, and you said,
"I said, hey, I come from Santiago." And she said, "What are you doing now?" I said, "Hey, I live here," and you told her we lived here. And she said, "What?" And she was impressed that we lived here in Santiago.
We ended up talking to her Swamp Peak stories because we were early anyway. So she was telling us about a restaurant out here, how she has relatives out here. It was a great conversation between those two ladies. They were sweethearts.
Right.
One spoke a lot more English than the other one, but she understood. And that's it. Like, yeah, we got pulled into the office, but it was only because they were asking us questions. Honestly, if you remember, they pulled us aside in Puerto Rico too. I remember the guy was talking to us.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to know. Yeah, the immigration, U.S. immigration.
He was
wanted
like,
to know
where you live at.
Where you live? And we were like, oh, we live in the Dominican Republic. And he's like, shut up, where? Blah, 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 blah. Because he was Puerto Rican, So honestly, it's their job to ask. Don't get freaked out. Don't think you're about to get, I don't know, arrested or something like. No, they just want to have a conversation and just know why. They do the same thing in the U.S. So.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're safe.
You're safe.
So just remember that the U.S. dollar is getting stronger, and as it does, these fees that you see are the fees. They went up this year a little bit on the fees on the peso side. It's kind of a balancing act, but for the most part, if the peso increases as compared to the American dollar, you actually will be paying less.
Right.
I'm hoping that by the time we leave in April, it's at 54, and then please, when we leave in August, let it be at 55, because then we'll be paying less.
That's right. Absolutely. And don't forget, it works for you when it changes. And when the peso rate changes, it works, and you're on your behalf.
Yes.
And not on theirs.
Yeah. So I will have that chart for you guys, and you guys will be able to see the actual immigration fees.
Right.
That's it.
So you won't be in the blind, okay? We've been giving you good content. We're going to continue to do it because we want you guys to see what we see and experience what we experience, so you don't be freaked out when you get to the airport or the seaport or wherever you're going, okay? You already know what you're facing. You're already going to have the exact amount. You won't be like me the first time, totally freaked out. I had to run back and forth to the ATM
at the boat,
machine.
He's talking about.
At the cruise.
They held me. I had the ID.
They held her hostage.
They didn't hold me hostage. They just said, you got paying cash, so go to the ATM. And I said, you're running to the ATM, I'll stay with the suitcases. That's all. I mean, it wasn't a big hassle. He just had to go to an ATM, get the cash out, and then pay in cash.
And I'm glad that the ATM gave me what I needed, because some of these ATMs have a certain amount you can get out per day.
Yeah.
They got a block on it. Okay? They only give you a certain amount.
Right.
So you just gotta just save yourself a lot of hassle, a lot of trouble, and make sure that you know what the fees are. So when you go in and out, and don't be freaked out about the fees.
No.
Okay?
It's
because
really not
either
that
way,
much.
you're saving money. Every month you're here, you're saving big time money. You saving a lot more money here than you save in the Matrix. It just, to me, it's just a drop in the bucket, a small fee.
If in 9 months of being here,
right?
Because if you, like I said, you just got to get out before that 9 months before it changes. Well, the tiers are different, but anyway, I think that 3 to 9 months is not bad. I think 4,000 pesos is nothing. But if you can't save $76 in 9 months of staying here, you're doing something
You're
wrong.
in the wrong place.
You are living a
wrong
lifestyle instead of a life.
Right.
Meaning you're wasting money on a lifestyle, hanging out, drinking, and on the wrong things, than rather living your best life.
Right.
And you will be doing a video about that.
And I will be doing a video about that very, very soon, very, very shortly, and to help you not to make those crazy
mistakes,
bimbo mistakes like so many people are making, and they'll be broke before the end of the month. And especially when you're on a fixed income, you got to be careful. Time and everything else, you got to be careful. So, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Okay.
And remember to stay tuned for the chart.
Stay tuned for the chart. Continue to subscribe to the channel.
Yes, please.
And remember, life
It's
to be enjoyed. Caribbean E, you know how to do it. You know how to contact me.
And Tina.
And Tina. Have a wonderful day. Peace.